What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Aaron B. Welcome back to Tacos and Touchdown Live. We got a special guest for y'all, all the way from Twitch, all the way from Longview, Texas. My guy, Damarious Edwards. How's it going, bro?
Man, I'm doing good. How you doing? Man, I love watching that tacos and touchdowns intro, bro. Them tacos be looking. I'm still waiting on it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm still waiting on
it. We're trying to figure out some taco content. We're gonna. If it's just me pulling up to a taco spot and just showing the food, I'll do that. Man.
Some we need it. No, we need a taco tailgate on the game or something like that. Go see a game, man.
Yeah, we'll get something for sure.
For sure.
Sorry.
But yeah, man, I'm doing well.
And that's good. So we got some unexpected news. Like at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
In the morning, bro.
Yeah. So what were you doing when you seen the news?
To tell you the truth, I had got up for work. I had rolled over in bed, and the first thing I do is check. You know what I'm saying? My messages from work and everything like that in the morning. Make sure everything's good. So when I popped up, it said it's official, done deal. And I remember it was Cowboys Report because I subscribed to Cowboys Report on YouTube. But it was then I was like, official, done deal. What's going on? So I clicked on it, and I see George Pickens standing there, and I was like, oh, they done did it. They done made a move finally. Jerry Jones woke up out of his sleep and made a move, and it was a move that was well needed.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was literally just waking up too. I was making my coffee, and I was checking the thing because I was like, okay, George Pickens. Like, okay, let me make sure this is like official. But when I seen the Dallas Cowboys, ESPN, George Schultz, all those guys report, like, oh, this is for real.
They've done it, yeah.
Jerry got back to his 90s days. I don't know what he drank that morning or whatever he
did. That's that Johnny Walker. That boy on that Johnny Walker.
He must have, like you said, it must have got on that Johnny Walker. Late at night and said, I want George Pickens.
Give me the most diabolical receiver you can find.
Hey, at least this time, at least it's on the field and not off the field, because we like them. Those guys that be doing something off.
He called Will McClay. Will McClay, get me one of them YNs.
I was going to say that.
Get me one of them YNs. They talk about on the TikTok. And he said, I got the right YN for you. I got the right YN for you.
He's scrolling on. You probably scrolling on TikTok and he kept saying, who is this YN?
Yeah, who is this YN, boy? That boy catching over everybody. And did you see, speaking of, social media and things like that, did you see Jordan Lewis's tweet?
Oh, yeah, he said,
he said God wanted me in Jacksonville because, him and George Pickens got that, they got a little issue.
Yeah, after George Pickens did him wrong, dog. He grabbed him by his helmet.
His helmet, bro. Yeah, bro. It was insane. We were mad at George Pickens. Think about that. We were mad at George Pickens, and now we're like, George Pickens, yes.
Yeah, we're like, he's on the team. I'm not gonna lie, I was 50-50 because he's on my fantasy football team. I like George Pickens, so I was like, dang, he'd have to do Jordan Lewis like that, but like, dang, he got the points.
Yeah, right. But there's one thing, bro, that I'm gonna say about this trade. And it's outside of the football and stuff like that. Bro, you have to have dogs at certain positions.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain positions that you have to have attitude, that you want attitude and you want aggression and things like that. Corners are not getting any softer in the league, bro. They coming with it. You have to have a receiver that's gonna jabber back. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna, you know what I mean? You have to have a dog at certain positions. I feel like you have to have a dog at receiver. You have to have a dog at like on the D line. You have to have dogs on the D line. You have to have dogs on the O line. But receiver is one of those positions, man. You have to have a certain attitude to really play that position.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
Yeah, and I feel like Pickens was that guy that we needed for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know if you're into like Marvel or the superheroes and everything.
Yeah.
You can't have a whole team of a bunch of Captain Americas, Iron Mans. we got a couple. We got some Hulks in there like Tyler Smith, Booker, Cooper Beebe.
Exactly.
But we needed a Wolverine. We needed a Deadpool on this team. And that's the guy we got with George Pickens. He's that type of dude on the field. He may do some things out after the whistle, but he's gonna bring that physicality. You're gonna see it not start. There's gonna probably be some scuffles and stuff.
Exactly.
There's gonna be between, but that's just football. There's gonna be scuffles during football. It can be against your teammates, but hey, it comes back.
If you ain't scuffling in practice, if you ain't passionate about it in practice, you're not gonna be passionate about it in the game.
That's true.
That's just how I feel about the game. So
yeah, because when you seen Dez Bryant back in a few years ago in practice, you remember he was calling out all the defensive backs.
You can't guard me. You need that guy. You need that guy. Everybody remembers that Dez Bryant video. You can't guard me. You can't guard me. Everybody remembers Dez Bryant and Jordan Lewis going at it in training camp. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Lewis has always been that guy to get into it with the receivers. Think about it. We were just talking about George Pickens being kind of like a Dez Bryant type player. He got into it with Dez in training camp, and Jordan Lewis got into it with Pickens in the game. You see, it's just that you got to have that type of energy sometime at just certain positions.
And I don't know if we got Jacksonville on the schedule. I kind of hope we do.
I'm ready. As soon as that Jacksonville game is going to be amazing.
There's not going to be nothing on the schedule. I'm going to watch that game. I got to watch through and through.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. So, I got a question. You know what I mean? Now that we add Pickens to the equation into the wide receiver room, who are your top three? Who's your starting receiver? You rolling out week one. Who are you rolling out there?
Okay, we'll just start from the X receiver is going to be George Pickens.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have CD in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have Tolbert in the boundary.
You putting Tolbert out there?
Yeah, I put Tolbert out there.
You know who I'm putting out there?
I'm here.
You know who I'm putting out there? I'm putting Turpin out there.
Okay.
I'm putting Turpin out there. I'm putting Pickens on one side. I'm putting CD on one side, and I'm putting Turpin in. I'm letting Turpin work. You know what I'm saying? Work the middle. I promise you, that's what I'm doing. Me personally.
Hey, that could work because they just re-signed Turpin to a good contract. So
to a great. That's what I'm saying. He wants Turpin is one of those players that wants to be in Dallas. I feel like he's one of those players that's like, y'all gave me the opportunity. I'm gonna be loyal to y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. Because his a career started from like the bottom. He was playing up in Europe, then went to UFL, balled out there.
And it's been journey. His journey was crazy.
Yeah, not everybody has that type of journey. Some of them don't even have the opportunity of that type of journey. He ain't the biggest dude, but once he get the ball in his hand, you put him in the right scenario, he can be dangerous on this team. So
we just needed a coaching staff to learn how to know how to use gadget players.
Yeah.
The McCarthy administration, take nothing against the McCarthy administration like that, but they did not know how to use gadget players. They just didn't. Like they didn't know how to get their speed players into space. Our route concepts were too simple.
Yeah.
It was just, it was a mundane offense.
Yeah, you didn't have those creative. They didn't have those creative juices flowing. Okay, let's figure out how to use this guy. Instead of we're just gonna throw him with some jet sweeps here and there.
Yeah, like that's not gonna work long term. You know what I'm saying? Long term defense to figure that out.
Yeah, if a smart defense, they're gonna figure out we're gonna stop it. You only can do like a jet sweep like once or twice a year, but if you do that like as your main objective in the offense, you're pretty much screwed.
I'm looking down at my phone, bro, because I got notes. You know what I'm saying? I don't come on stuff like this just unprepared. You know what I'm saying? So I got notes. I wanna say 5 names.
All right.
We got George Pickens. You got Garrett Wilson. What do you feel about Garrett Wilson?
I like Garrett Wilson.
Would you say Garrett Wilson is like the next level of to like the next generation of elite receivers? Would you say Garrett Wilson? Would you put him in that?
He's close, but he just needs to take that next level. I think he can be one of those
He can be one of those guys. Okay, what about Chris Olave?
He's too hurt for me. He's a really good receiver, but if he could stay healthy, maybe he could be at that level. But he's just those ACL injuries and all those other injuries.
But you would agree that they're exciting young talents in their perspective. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Drake London as well with Atlanta, right? Okay. Traylon Burks. Okay. Really it's 4 names because Traylon Burks really is not. He's not that guy. Really.
Nah.
Okay. Out of all of those receivers I named, who do you think has the most receiving yards?
Oh, you put Pickens in there?
Yeah.
I'd say probably Garrett Wilson, then George Pickens.
No.
It's George Pickens?
Pickens is first. Oh. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Out of those receivers that I named, Pickens, since their career started in 2022, Pickens has the most receiving yards. You know what I'm saying? With 2,841 in that basically 3 years. So he's averaging almost 1,000 a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to yards per catch, who do you feel like?
I just seen that stats. It's George Pickens.
It's Pickens. Think about it. You got Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London. These are the you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're up there. I just put Pickens compared to receivers his age. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he has the most yards per catch. And touchdowns, he's second.
And first, it's got to be Garrett Wilson, right?
It's Garrett Wilson. So I'm saying that to say this, bro. You just got a 24-year-old receiver that's been dynamic since he's been in the league. Not compared to you know what I'm saying, older receivers. I'm talking about his generation of receivers. He's leading his generation of receivers, the receivers that was in his class. So you got that. You pair it with a quarterback that some people don't like, but the quarterback that was runner-up in MVP votes just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And a receiver that just a couple years ago, or if not last year, they had 1,700 yards receiving to be number 1 in Cowboys history. You put a young dynamic receiver in that offense, bro. This could be something like a big move for Dallas. And I wish that, I don't know how they could get it done, but if they could extend him another 2-3 years, I feel like you can really do something.
I hope they do. They get these other contracts out of the way so we can have some money. We got to get it back on this team. If it works out this year, we got to figure something out.
If it works out, if this experiment works out, you have to try to at least give him a phone call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Invite him out for some coffee or something.
Something talk to his agent before anything gets done, because if he balls out this season, teams gonna be calling.
But there's a problem with that though. There's a problem. The problem is his agent is the same agent as Micah's agent.
Yeah, he's gonna get that money.
And old boy Jerry got off that Johnny Walker Blue and said, "I don't even know who this man is." Remember that? He said, "I don't even know who this man is." So you already got tension. The Micah deal ain't even done. So I'm that's the only problem, I feel like.
Yeah, because that agent don't play no games. He's gonna make sure his clients get paid.
Exactly.
So he's got. Yeah. Oh, his name is Dave Malagetta. And
Dave Malagetta.
He's one of the top agents now. I don't even think he's.
Yeah, he's really. So you would put George Pickens as your X receiver, of course, your big body receiver.
Yeah.
Do you feel like he's going to be the red zone guy?
I feel like that could be the opportunity to be the red zone guy at this team, because he may not let the between the him and Garrett Wilson touchdowns, but you got to think about it. Who was George Pickens' quarterbacks in his 3 years in the league? Kenny Pickett, Russell Wilson,
and Justin Fields. Yeah,
Justin Fields. That I put in the tweet that's Dak is a major upgrade between those guys.
Major upgrade. It's a major upgrade. And so I'm gonna get mines out the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get mines out the way because I know you got some good questions. So the word in Dallas these last couple weeks has been culture.
Yeah.
Culture has been the thing, right? So you say you preach this culture, you go get the RKGs, the right kind of guys that you know what I'm saying, and then you trade for George Pickens, who's publicly been, a menace in Pittsburgh. So what do you feel about what do you think about this culture talk from Dallas and then sign a player like George Pickens?
That's a great question because I was thinking about what Vacha Lombardi said in a tweet. Like, you can have a culture, but you gotta have some divas in there. But you have like a lot of captain guys. You draft a lot of captain guys. You got Dak, but you gotta have. I think this organization is probably the best fit for George Pickens to be with a bunch of leaders. He's in a new scenario, and I think it works out because you need that. We were just talking about. You need that guy to has a little edge to him to give that boost in the locker room, like on this team, because you don't have that on the team if you don't have a George Pickens. You got a lot of Captain Americas, like I said. You don't have the Wolverine or the Deadpool in the room.
Somebody with that little extra juice.
Yeah, like that. That's gonna push some guys. He's passionate about the game. You can see that in George Pickens. He's not just a guy that's just trying to get a check. He loves the game of football. He just shows it in a different way that some people are not used to, because some people just kind of want the upstanding human being,
upstanding citizen.
Yeah, I don't do anything. I just shake people's hands after I make a tackle.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. Yeah. Let's go out for lunch after this. But you need that. Just imagine training camp this year. Just imagine the energy at training camp this year. You're gonna have the Diggs versus Pickens battles in one-on-ones. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have the CD versus Bland battles. You're gonna have the Chavon Rebels versus the CD Lambs and the George Pickens. It's gonna be fun, bro. He adds another element, another dynamic to this offense, bro, that we haven't had in a long time. We haven't had, besides CD, we haven't had a receiver to just get excited about. Yeah. We haven't had another weapon to just really get excited about. Jake Ferguson, Dallas turned him into a weapon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got used to it. But to have another receiver that since Amari, we hadn't had another receiver to get excited about.
And we're getting that the player with that juice, like we brought up, like a Dez Bryant. He's in that group with Dez Bryant, Michael Irvin. Not comparing them I'm not comparing George Pickens to them, but they brought a type of energy that not every player has. Like they're gonna be edgy, but they're gonna ball out. They're gonna be ready for Sunday. Some may party a little bit too much, but they're gonna be ready Sunday. They're gonna give you about 100 yards if you let them, or over.
Yeah. Off the hen the night before, they're gonna give you they're gonna give you about 70, 80 yards and a touchdown. I'm okay with that because we know that Lamb gonna give us a touchdown or two.
Yeah,
we can guarantee that. If off the henny, George Pickens can still give us 80 yards and a touchdown, I'm good.
Yeah, he's doing his job.
He's doing his job off the hen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Him and Jerry took shots at that Johnny Walker Blue.
Hey, he can do whatever he want, as long as he's clean.
They're gonna put him on that Dez Bryant plan. Remember they had that dude with Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant had a show somebody to go out with him and be like, "Hey, brother, that's enough, brother," and then fade off into the distance. Every time Dez Bryant think about messing up, dude, come on, hold on, brother. That's 5 to 10 games. You gonna miss some games with that. Then just fade off into the black.
Yeah, he just have more show.
Nah, bro, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Leave. You know, yeah, they gonna put him on that Dez Bryant plan.
Yeah, you know, some people probably try to test Dez up in the club, so he probably grabbed the fizzle.
Yeah, so he caught the he took the punch for the dude. He leaned in front of the dude. No, hit me, bro. I ain't gonna tell it. Just go home, man.
I hear great things about Dez. They say he'll give the shirt off his
Oh yeah,
back.
Dez is a great guy, bro. Dez is fun, bro. That's the thing. Like Dez is so real, bro. It's fun, bro. It was fun watching Dez play ball, and I feel like if Pickens can come in and do the same type of things that Dez was doing, like those, like there's a break a game open, man. Just going over somebody and catching the ball, like the ball that you thought was impossible to catch. I don't know if you remember the Hail Mary that Dez caught at the back of the end zone again. He got hurt on that play, I think, but against the Giants, he caught a Hail Mary in the back of the end zone. Amazing, bro. And I feel like Pickens can do that. I feel like Pickens can be that character.
Yeah, because he got the Mr. Fantastic type arms. He'll grab it right here, grab it there.
Yeah, his catch radius is insane.
Yeah, you remember that? Oh yeah, it was last year when the Steelers played against the Browns, and he had one of those impossible catch. He caught it with one arm.
Like, amazing, bro.
How did you even do that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like Pickens, Dak needed somebody like that in this offense. He didn't have that person. Like you got CD, man. He gonna make the catches. You know, he gonna get open. He's gonna create separation. Like, but to have a guy that where you got to be like, hey man, I'm gonna throw it up and pray. Like I'm running for my life because I got Tyler Guyton at left tackle and Terrence Steele at right tackle. So I'm kind of running for my life right now. My interior is cool.
Yeah.
Booker, Smith, and BB is cool.
Yeah.
But my outsides is a little bit iffy. So I'm running for my life, and I just gotta throw this thing up. Pickens is out there somewhere.
Oh.
And Pickens is the type of player that can bring that ball down for you.
Absolutely, because you think like, especially in our conference, think about all the defensive line we're playing. They putting that pressure on Dak, but Dak just throws it up.
Pickens is that guy. Pickens is that guy. I feel like Pickens can bring that down.
Yeah,
and that's what we haven't had. That's the element of this offense we haven't had.
I agree. We kind of got a little bit with Michael Gallup for a short little bit until he got hurt, but now with Pickens,
yeah, then that boy knees started sounding like them old school teeth chattering on the cartoons.
Not gonna lie, hey, that man took a year off. Said, you know what, I'm gonna get my body right. And then he joined the Commanders. Like, dang.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, man, this football season is gonna be amazing, bro.
My quick question is, with all the additions we got on this team, including draft, all the players we drafted, do you think this team is, if they would play Sunday, you think this team would be all good, or you think they're like a couple of players away before they start the season?
There's some units that I'm worried about. And I feel like we can line up and play a game, and I feel like we will be competitive. You know what I'm saying? But there's still some positions that I have to see a little bit before I'll be ready to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go out there and we're gonna do our thing. Like I have to see a little bit. Let me see a little bit of blue. Let me see a little bit of blue, Mafa. Let me see a little bit of the running back room. Let me see what y'all what you want it to look like. Let me see that. I want to see that. I want to see. Let me see Booker. Let me see the offensive line. Let me see the tight end room. Let me see how they block. You know, I'm worried about that type of thing. You know what I mean? But I feel like we are a better team than we were last year for sure.
Absolutely.
I feel like we got better, and I don't know if that's just Jerry Jones being like, hey, I'm going to spend a little money, or I don't know if this new head coach is really Schottenheimer is really like, I want to get my people in. I want to get my coaches in, the type of coaches that I want. I want to change everything. It kind of looks like from the outside in that when I say culture change, I don't mean just like the locker room.
Yeah.
It almost seems like the front office is kind of shifting a little bit. Like they're shifting like their approach to free agency. They're shifting their approach to like drafting and stuff. Like they've always been okay drafters, but I feel like they're shifting their approach a little bit. And I feel like people don't think we're gonna have a good record. They say 7 wins.
Yeah, we're gonna have definitely more than 7 wins now. But the
I
place
agree.
we're at, like, this, I know it's not like how the Eagles approach free agency and everything, but this is like the best free agency we had in a long time. We were excited when we got Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore 2 years ago. And that was like our big free agency. But this year, all the trades we did, yeah, they're not all these guys are Pro Bowl prolific players, but you had depth, solid players, and then you put a cherry on top of George Pickens. Like this is basically an A or B plus type of free agency when it comes to Cowboys.
It was a B plus before. For me, it was a B plus before George Pickens. George Pickens made it an A.
Yeah.
We skipping A minus. George Pickens made it an A because, like, if you think about it, Amari and CD that year where they had Amari and CD. That was the best receiver duo that Dak has ever had.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That Dak has ever had in his career type. You know what I mean? And then, I mean, Gallup, you got solid play out of Gallup and things like that. But when have you had 2 legitimate studs at receiver? When has Dallas had 2 legitimate studs? I'm talking about, man, you might have to go back really. You might really have to go back to Alvin Harper and Michael Irvin.
Exactly. That's the main reason why that's the thumbnail. When I put George Pickens there and I put CD in right in the middle, I put Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper, because that could be the. I'm not comparing those two to them, but that could be the scenario we got now, having 2 dynamic receivers on the outside.
Just having the threats. Okay, if CD, okay, you have to take CD. You're going to double CD. You know what I'm saying? You're going to bracket CD, whatever. You got George Pickens on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, and okay, now, George Pickens is killing us. So now I have to adjust to George Pickens. And then you can open up for CD. Like, it's going to be different, man. I just hope that our coaching staff, I just hope our scheme is advanced enough to, you know what I'm saying, to really take advantage of their talents.
I agree, because then you got Jake Ferguson as your third option now. That used to be your second option.
Exactly.
You can do those quick little dump balls to him in the middle, and he can do something. And
he can do his thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, George Pickens opens up the offense so much because it allows you to do so much.
What do you think about, like, when going to the running back field? Are you cool with Javonte Williams, Blue, and Mofford or Sanders, or you think they should upgrade that, or you think they're going to stick with that?
I feel like they're going to stick with it, bro. Me personally, I feel like they like the room, and I feel like that's why they went and got the guard.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why they went and got the guard. They're like, okay, and the excuse they're using is not a bad excuse, bro. The excuse they're using is we had a 25% as good Zeke, and we had Rico Dowdle, who we really didn't let on the field because we were trying to force Zeke onto the field. So we have a Rico Dowdle that really didn't get the amount of carries that he should have got, and he still went over 1,000 yards. So I feel like they were like, okay, we can look at these players in free agency. We don't have to spend too much money. We could look at the draft and find us a dynamic runner that's has some speed and some wiggle about him. And we could put him behind this line or them behind this line, and we can rock and roll and see what happens. And I feel like that was their selling point, where they were like, man, we had an undrafted free agent go over 1,000. So let's drop a third round on a running back that with 4.3 speed and see what happens. So I feel like Blue is going to have a bigger role than we think Blue is going to have. I feel like Blue might be your week 1 starter. If he's not your week 1 starter, he's definitely going to be starting before the end of the year is over.
Yeah, I think
if he can get on the field and make some plays.
Yeah, I think he could be in like that second half. You'll probably have Javonte Williams starting, getting like the being the power back. But winning those speed plays, that's when you put Blue in there, like Let him attack in space. Once he get that ball in his hand, he runs like he's in the Texas relay. Once he
Right.
get that ball in his hand.
So who was the odd man out?
Honestly, I think it's Miles Sanders out of the running backs because I think that they want to create that thunder and lightning with Bafa, like how you see with Detroit with Montgomery and Gibbs.
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly the mindset.
I think Miles Sanders just happened to be really cheap, and they're thinking about, if we even get a remotely with the Eagles, fine. If they didn't spend a lot of money on Miles Sanders, so they're not like
Miles Sanders, I think, got about $43.
that's the equivalent of what he signed for. He's almost there with the UDFA guys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got about $43 and a 6-pack of Budweiser.
And a little Airbnb by
an Airbnb in Dallas, in the city, next to the club, next to the script club. You know what I'm saying? That's what he. And he got a VIP pass. You get a section every week if we win. You know what I'm saying? That's what they gave Miles. Miles was like, all right, man, I'll play for it now.
Yeah, because when you see the free agent signs when people sign their contract, how everybody's all like this. He kind of gave like a smirky, like,
yeah, right.
I don't want to be here, but I'll sign it.
I signed it, man. They offered me the Airbnb right by the strip club. Like, come on now.
That's probably why you were smiling at that picture.
You know what I'm saying?
He's from
what he did. Jerry had the strippers right off camera, like.
I can see Jerry doing something.
Jerry had the strippers right off camera. Hey, Miles like, I signed it.
You remember this is the same guy a couple years ago. Jerry was driving from a certain part of Dallas. I'm not gonna say it. Just keep it PG. In his car. So I wouldn't put it past Jerry.
That's what I'm saying, boy. That boy Jerry a fool, man. I'm telling you, Jerry was up late last night. Swear, I'm gonna use a Dr. Pepper Zero, but zero sugar. But he was swirling that Johnny Walker Blue. You know what, Steven? We need me one. He probably said the N word. We need me one of them young.
Yep.
Man, Steve's like, you know what? Steve was over there. Call up Will McClay. Call him up. Will, wake up. It's me, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry.
You Jerry. I mean, Will, I've been drinking. I've been thinking. We need us one of them YNs. Them one of them wear them shiesty masks. You didn't say shiesty, them wear them shiesty masks.
You gonna say what?
What? Hey, get me one of them YNs. What happened to that Pickens boy? That boy that fought with George Lewis, he beat George Lewis' ass, boy. We need him. We had to let. You know what? When Jordan Lewis lost that fight, that's when I knew we wasn't signing him. We wasn't signing him. We want the boy that whooped his ass.
I was thinking probably freaking Jerry called Jordan Lewis Lennox Lewis or something like that.
Yeah. That boy got dropped like Lennox Lewis.
You mean Jordan?
Yeah, we need one of them YNs. Silly, dog.
He probably said, "What you know about a YN?"
What you know about why? Jerry like, boy, you see me in them civil rights pictures, boy. I know a lot about them YNs. You know, Jerry had that civil rights picture out the other year. He was in that crowd. Like, do you remember that civil rights? Yeah, he was back there. That boy, right? I'm telling you, everybody was like, Jerry, no. But you know.
He was in the wrong time in Arkansas that day.
Right. It was in Arkansas, bro. Jerry just do so much, bro. But people love Jerry Jones. Remember Jamie Foxx had to cut that video off of Jerry? Jerry was talking crazy, wasn't he?
Man, this is why you can't put no camera near no Jerry Jones.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like anybody old, though, bro. They don't have to put no camera in no old person face like that, bro. Old people go say whatever they feel like saying.
I couldn't imagine what's that Patriots owner? What's his name? Rob Kraft.
Kraft. You know, hey, Kraft, boy. Kraft, co-owner of Magic City. And then what Kraft gonna co-own Magic City, bro. Kraft loved him.
Y'all thought Deshaun and Justin Tucker were bad.
Bruh, Justin Tucker, that situation.
Uh,
That boy gonna go to the Cleveland Browns after this.
oh,
Nigga boy gonna end up with Deshaun out there, boy.
they would do something like
They're
that.
gonna start a massage parlor together. They're gonna start a massage parlor together.
I was so confused when I heard the reports out like the kicker. A kicker that used to be for the Longhorns.
Thing is, bro, that's what I'm saying. Man. You know how much game you have. You gotta have to be a kicker and to be, you know what I'm saying? You getting playing, you doing that, and you a kicker. You ain't no receiver, you ain't no skill position. And you out here doing that as a kicker, bro. Like, come on now. But hey, so what do you feel like? What do you feel like? How do you feel like Dallas is gonna handle the Pickens maturity claims?
That's a good question. I feel like they're gonna. It's probably not gonna be at the same level they did with Dez, but I think they'll figure something out. Like they're gonna boost up the comments and say, okay, we love the intensity, but we need you to tone it down a bit and stuff. I think that's be the main thing. They're gonna have the conversation and stuff with him with Schottenheimer and everything because I know he's deep on having a great culture, but you gotta have that little edge. But I think they're gonna like, we love it, but we just need to tone it down because some of those penalties could lead. That can lead to some big penalties and everything.
They can lead to us losing the game.
Yeah, that exactly. One of them
field position, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have like a big scuffle, like I don't know if you remember when he was at Georgia when he played against Georgia Tech, where he took the guy from 50-yard line to all the way to the end zone.
He be whooping folks, don't he? That boy be out there whooping feet. I'm telling you, dog. Like he did. If you really look at it, he did him the same way he did Jordan Lewis. That's his special move right there.
Yeah, he'd be long arming dudes. Like
that's his fatality move, bro. He'll grab that helmet and sling you across the field.
You got the. You remember you from Alabama? You got that. That small town country boy shrink.
He from the same place as Julio Jones.
Yep.
Hoover, Alabama. Remember that they used to have a show. This ain't about football. Remember they used to have a show on like MTV, and it had like the football players and stuff on it. It was like MTV or something. I can't remember what the name of the show.
2 days.
2 days. They went to Hoover, Alabama, in that show. Julio Jones was on that show, I think.
Yeah, he was.
I think he was on that show. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember 2 days. That's when Hoover was like a big powerhouse back in the days. That was before the IMG Academy.
Yeah, and all of that. So, defensively, how do you feel like the defense is going to perform this year? Do you feel like we're going to be better with the addition of Donovan and the linebackers that we have with Eberflus? Or do you feel like we're going to take a step back because we lost people like DeMarcus Lawrence and Jordan Lewis?
I feel like in the first couple games, I feel like it's still you got a lot of young guys still trying to learn. But I think like in that second half, that's when that defense will start kicking into gear. I'm not saying the defense is going to be bad first half, but I think it's going to be some adjustment because you got a lot of new guys to this defense, especially with the linebackers, because there's upgrades, but you don't have that veteran leadership like you did having with D-Law and Jay Luke, even though you didn't have D-Law most of the year. But I think I think Eberflus is a really good defensive mind. You've seen it when he was with the Colts. I think they're going to figure out it's one of those bend don't break defense, but he knows how defenses look. He's not just to be running that old school 4-3 Rod Millen type of defense. He knows to run like a 4-2-5, and there's gonna be some 3 linebackers and stuff. But I feel like it's gonna be like one of those above average defenses at the end of the day.
Maybe top half of the league, top 15, maybe.
Yeah, about the 15 or 18 rank type of defense, which you could still go far in the playoffs with that.
Yeah. So who's your one technique? Do you want big? Are you still in on Mozzie, or do you want somebody else to take that role?
I'm hoping Mozzie takes that next step. I know defensive tackles takes a little bit to get acclimated into the league, but this has got to be his year where he got to step up his game. Or if he's just kind of stagnant, not doing anything, I'm gonna use one of those draft picks to try to find me a one tech out there because
Man, I feel like we got one though.
I do like Jay.
I like Jay. I want Jay to 342 pounds, big WWE Bronson Reed. You know what I'm saying? Big character. You know what I mean? I want him to I wanted him to be destructive. I want him to wreak havoc on the D line down there in the middle, bro. And I feel like if we can get that out, we can get a little bit of Vita Vea out of him.
If he could be like 75% of what Vita Vea is,
he doesn't even have to be the Pro Bowl player. You know, if we can get him to just eat up blocks and just create a big pile in the middle, you know what I mean, on run plays, and just if we can get him to do that and allow our linebackers to fly around, Overshown and Donovan and them just flying around, bro. I feel and Micah just flying around because we have this big guy in the middle.
Yeah,
I feel like we could do something. I feel like that's what Eberflus, I feel like, wants to do.
Because we got athletes on this team.
Yeah.
We added Donovan. We got Micah Parsons, and then you got Bruce Strings with Nealon, and you got Dante Fowler, who still got speed to he's been in the league for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Osa.
We have Solomon Thomas. We have players. We not even mentioning like Overshown. We're not mentioning people like that. You know what I mean? We're not. So we have those players, bro. Like I feel like it's just something different about this team this offseason. It just feels different.
Yeah. I don't know what it made them change. I don't know if it's seeing the Commanders in their first year get back into the playoffs and make a little run. The Eagles win the Super Bowl again. Or I don't know what said, okay, enough's enough. We're not going to do the same thing we've been doing for the past God knows when type of thing. This team has actually made a push when it comes to free agency.
And I feel like the front office believes in the coach that they hired, and they believe in him on at a different level. Because when they got Mike McCarthy, it was cool, but it's almost like having a person up there as the face, but everybody else was running the team. Like Mike really wasn't running the team like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It just feels like they kind of gave more power to Schottenheimer, and that's why we're seeing this shift. I feel like.
Yeah, you definitely see like this team is like we want to. This is our head coach. Like the other ones, they're kind of like, okay, Jason Garrett's our coach. We just got to deal with it. Mike McCarthy's a little bit better, but now with Brian Schottenheimer, I feel like this team, like, okay, this is the coach we want to. We'll go through a brick wall type of coach.
Exactly, but players love Brian Schottenheimer. They loved him. So it was. I mean, we wanted the high profile coach. Of course,
absolutely.
Dallas fans, we want it all. You know what I'm saying? We want the best coach. Give us Dion. We want the best coach we can find. We want the top quarterback. We want the top of everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes that top coach isn't right culturally. And I feel like Brian Schottenheimer he seems like he's leading, bro. And he seems like he's holding players accountable, like, like he's not in love with any of these people. You know what I'm saying? He's not in love with any of these players. He's holding them accountable, and he's like, hey, you know what I mean? Like I was hearing an interview where he was like, hey, we give them the playbook, and it's their job to learn the playbook. And if they come, they should already come with questions. We shouldn't have to teach them because they should already come with questions. And we asking them, we putting them on the spot and being like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Do you know this play? And you could tell that people don't know it. You know what I'm saying? There's a little pressure in the room because people don't know it and other people do, because I gave them the same amount. You know what I mean? So it's like he's holding them accountable for the, you know what I'm saying, to learning their shit and their stuff. My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good.
Learning their stuff and working and executing. And I feel like that is the difference. Like he's a player's coach, but he's a player's coach because they respect him, not because he's just going to give the players everything that they want. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, he's not gonna be a pushover coach.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's gonna be like a father figure or like an uncle type of player coach. He's not gonna be like the big brother that y'all can do what y'all want type of thing.
Yeah, y'all can do what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, go on out, man. I'm in the juke joint with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like he not that type, man. And I feel like, you know, him holding players accountable is going to change the culture. And you might lose some of the players that don't agree. And I feel like as Dallas fans, as a fan base, we have to be ready for that. Because think about it. This is our first year of like year one Schottenheimer. Everybody's gonna be, you know, boom, everybody's gonna be in. But when he starts changing the culture and one player wants to go one way, but this is not the way the team is going.
Yeah.
You might have a problem with that. Like in a couple of years, Micah Parsons might have a problem with the culture being, hey, I want the right kind of guy. I'm holding my place to a certain standard. I'm not saying that he's a bad person, bro. But what I'm saying is like, he might be like, hey, this ain't for me. This ain't for my brand. You know, like my type of player that I want to be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like Schottenheimer is taking a Belichick approach, where it's kind of like, this is my team. You know what I'm saying? And these are my rules. And if you don't abide by these rules, we're gonna get somebody that does. We're gonna get somebody that doesn't go to Magic City and throw 20s all night. We're gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get somebody that don't go to the corner store and buy tropical berry wood tip blacks. You know what I'm saying? And 2020 scat packs all over the time. We're gonna get rid of them. You know what I mean? So
there's a couple players I'm thinking that might not be on this team. I'm not gonna put them out like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might not be on this team in the long run, and that's what I feel like as a fan base, we got to get ready for. I'm looking at you, Sam Williams.
I was gonna say, you know what? I follow Sam on there, but man, every time I see him on IG, he doesn't post anything about. It's about clubs. It's about.
See what I'm saying?
Fitness
Trust
thing.
me,
I'm like, dang, I'm like, I want Sam to.
Have you been in the gym? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So it's like some players. That's what I'm saying. We have to be, as a fan base, we have to be okay with losing some players to change the culture.
Like those players, like y'all got to step up y'all's game because they added more players at y'all's position. Like that position not just for you anymore. Like, okay,
the room is deep. The room is getting deeper.
Yeah, the edge room is deep now. It's not just a bunch of Joes, Smos. They got legit talent out there. So if you don't step your game up, you might be somewhere else.
And you got to think about this, Aaron. Like, if they had really believed in Sam Williams, would they had to go out to get Dante Fowler?
Yeah, that's true. And then you added Donovan Izaraku.
Then you added another edge. See what I'm saying? Like they spent money on Fowler, so you know he not going nowhere.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they drafted Donovan, so he's their baby. Yeah. Nobody. You have nobody to vouch for you, Sam.
Yeah, all the defensive coaches that were there, they're all gone now. So there's not somebody saying, just give Sam Williams a chance.
One more chance for Sam, please. No, that's not that guy.
No. Yeah. He made, because that was a Dan Quinn guy. Like Dan Quinn literally went to Ole Miss, trained them out and everything else. Because my guy Marcus over Bluff City, he's a former Ole Miss player. And he was talking about, he knew like the defensive line coach there. He said, Sam Williams started playing football until his junior year of high school. He was a basketball player. And he was saying this man was eating hot Cheetos and that was his diet like throughout high school and college.
See what I'm saying, man? He out there eating hot Cheetos at 7:00 in the morning, just loud on the bus for no reason. You know that person. Man. That be loud. Them people that be loud on the bus for no reason, eating hot Cheetos at 7:00 in the morning at the bus stop. He was one of them kids, the silver teeth brigade.
Silver cap kids.
Yeah, the silver cap kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew a few of them, and there's a few of them on our football team.
See, on your bus, bro. They be on your school bus, bro. Like, why are you yelling and angry at 7:00 in the morning? Like, is insane.
Yeah, back. I didn't know what to say, but
That's what I'm
hey,
saying.
they on every sports team that you could think of. There was that silver cap kid to be eating hot Cheetos at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Eating
That was
hot
their
Cheetos. No, it was a Silver Cap kids eating hot Cheetos at practice. Or like right before practice. I'm like, bro, your stomach is gonna explode when we start running.
yeah, running gassers, and they'll still be fine. But if you ate even like one Cheeto,
Oh
like
man.
hour before practice, you'd be like,
Man, there was a dude, he used to before practice, he used to eat hot Cheetos and drink milk. And I was like, boy, you are crazy. You are insane.
I'd be scared to drink milk before practice.
Nah, bro, you're not supposed to do nothing like that. Sam Williams, one of them folks, drink milk before practice. You ain't supposed to.
They be drinking like strawberry milk, chocolate milk.
Yeah,
They don't drink
bro.
like regular milk. They'll drink about
Flavored
2 of them.
milk before practice. And I'm like, what is going on? But man.
We had teammates that eat like some like what they eat pizza, chocolate milk. They had 6-packs and everything else. I'm like, damn, if I eat that, I'm gonna gain 20, 30 pounds right now.
Man, I'm gaining 20 pounds a year at school. What's going on? Man, but so stats. Let's talk about this right quick before we, know what I'm saying, before we finish this up.
Yes, sir.
Stats. What do you predict the receiving stats are going to be like? Who's going to be your leading receiver? Do you still think CeeDee Lamb is going to lead your team in receiving, or who's going to lead your team in receiving?
I feel like it's going to be CD. I have him getting about 1,200 yards this year.
About 12?
Yeah, I give him 12.
What about touchdowns?
Touchdowns. I'm saying leaning between 8 to 10.
I mean, who's going to be leading your team?
Oh, leading. Ooh. I think it might be George Pickens. I feel like they're going to try to get him as a red zone threat. He might be the one lead. I feel like him and CD are going to be like 1 or 2 touchdowns off, but I think George Pickens will be your guy.
Okay, and the reason I asked you this question is because I feel, if anything, this is kind of George Pickens, my hit with him. He's not a touchdown machine.
Yeah.
Okay, meaning like, and I got some stats here to prove it. 2022, when he first came in his rookie season, he had 4 touchdowns. 2025, he played all 17 games. 2023, he had 5.
Yeah.
And in 2024, he only played 14 games, but he only had 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a touchdown machine. Like, but do you feel like that's a scheme thing? Because in 3 years of productive play, like he gets 2,800 yards in 3 years, but he only has 12. He's only seen the end zone 12 times in 3 years. He hasn't, he hasn't broke 5. He hasn't scored over 5 touchdowns in a season his whole career so far. So, do you feel like that changes with this? Do you feel like that's bad quarterback play? Do you feel like that changes because you have Dak, or do you feel like the scheme might be better for him? Do you feel like he takes another step with touchdowns this year?
I think it's all above. I feel like he was in the scheme you're thinking about. Matt Canada, who was the offensive coordinators, and the quarterback play was always below to average type of quarterback play. So now imagine him with one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL throwing in the ball, and then you probably most likely have to be in a better scheme. They're going to try to figure out how to get it to George Pickens. And then additional, he's in a contract year. And he wants to get that money. So he's going to figure out how to get that money right, because like, hey, I was a red zone threat this year. I need my money. So
I need my money, yeah.
He may not be 1,000-yard receiver. He may be close to it. He probably be in that 800 to 900 yards this year, but he could still be leading in touchdowns because due to his vertical ability. And I think they're going to figure out how to utilize him better in this scheme than what they did with the Steelers. Because when you think of the Steelers, you think about how great their defenses are.
Yeah.
And they have a solid type of offense, have physical receivers. And he's got that physical persona in this team. Yeah. That's what this team needed. That's why you were thinking, we're gonna get if we don't get Ted McMillan, we're gonna go with Tyler Booker. Any other receiver, we're not interested. They wanted that big body receiver, and that's what George Pickens brings to this team.
Okay. Um. Okay. So you know how we like to add a couple little wiggles in our offense where we put like a receiver in the backfield.
Yeah.
CD's been in the backfield. Do you feel like Pickens will get some time in the backfield? Considering our running back situation, do you think there would be any kind of anything with going in our offense where we kind of put Pickens in the backfield, or we might get Pickens and CD in the backfield at the same time?
I think that could be a chance. Like this physicality, you gotta maybe test it a couple times during the season to put him in some type of plays because CD did it pretty well. You think with CD's the way he's built, you think he would be more of a finesse guy, but CD got some little bit
he
of
got some power
physicality.
to him. Yeah.
So imagine you putting that with George Pickens in the backfield. That may even be better because of the physicality to him.
So like, if you could see a certain formation, like what would you put? Like maybe what if we had like I said, a Pickens and a Lamb in the backfield and a Blue out, kind of on the boundary, or what I'm saying, in a slot situation. I mean, there's so many possibilities with these players when you add these electric players to your offense. There's so many different possibilities. And I was just wondering, like, scheme wise, what would you like? What would be something that you would try, like in this offense with these players? You got to think about the players we had. What would be something that you would try that probably wouldn't be, customary? Like, what I'm saying, that it wouldn't be normal in Dallas.
Yeah, there would be a lot of motion trying to get defenses off on their toes, especially at those chest speeds. You got to figure out how to get Blue in space, getting Pickens in the backfield or CD. I would do a lot of motion trying to figure out, okay, we're gonna move stuff. That's really a good question.
I understand that, but it also, I mean, I'm getting mine off.
Yeah,
getting mine off real quick. So Dak, when it comes to, do you feel like Dak's immobility limits the offense a little bit? Like the fact that Dak isn't as agile as he used to be. He's not running as much as he used to be. And when he does run, he's not running as, he's running safer than he used to be. Do you feel like that limits the offense to what we can do?
Yeah, to an extent, but I feel like Dak can still get a little bit more. He's still got a little bit of mobility left. It's not like his rookie year where he's running like he's a fullback out there, like
right,
like that. But he's still got a little bit of moves into his game. But it's a little bit of
a hitch, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of a hitch, but I still think he can still make some things happen, especially with the personnel we have on this team. Like, you'll figure out some way to scheme up where Dak can still move with his legs a little bit, but getting that ball out to his weapons.
I believe that this team believes in Dak, but I feel like Joe Milton. I feel like the setup is happening to pass the crown, to pass the torch to Joe Milton. Me personally, I feel like maybe not this year, maybe not next year. But when I feel like Dak is not gonna, even if Dak is playing pretty well, I feel like Dak isn't probably gonna get another contract here. And that's weird to say, you know what I'm saying? It's weird to say right now, but I don't know. It just feels like Dallas is making moves for the future. You got your young quarterback still in his rookie contract, like just fresh. Like he got 3 years left on his rookie contract. So when you re-sign him again, you let him sit behind Dak. You re-sign him again, he hasn't done much. So he's gonna, if he wants to stay, he's gonna sign for, you're gonna still have one of the cheaper quarterbacks in the league. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't really touched the field. Then you got CDs. You know, you're gonna have CD. You're gonna have if you can lock Pickens down for 3-4 years. Do you know what I'm saying? You see do you see the vision I'm building? Like the future. I feel like these signings this year, like Schottenheimer is setting it up because one of his interviews, he's gonna be like, we change the lockers around. We're gonna do this in 25. Then he said, we're gonna do this in 26. We're gonna do this in 27 and beyond.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I feel like they've discussed the future when it comes to like Dak and you know what they want to build. And I feel like they got the young player. They're getting the young players assembled now for 2 years. I feel like 2 because you know Dak got 2, I think 2, maybe 3 years on his deal, maybe 2. I think.
Yeah, I think
I think he got 2 more years on his deal. So you get a quarterback that has 3. You know, and maybe then an extra year you can take a 5th year option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like the moves are being made. Schottenheimer is coming in. He's making the moves now. He's like, I want this player. I want this player. I want this player. Yes, we're going to try to win now.
Yeah.
But these are the players that I want that's going to be my offense in 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be that I feel like he's getting the young players now ready for 2027. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is we got a lot younger at a lot of positions.
Yeah, you see like that division board going, like he's getting all the younger guys, like you're saying, getting ready for. He's worrying about the present, but he's also worrying about the future because he knows some of these guys are going to be free agents. They're going to be older. They might not be the same guy they are at this moment. So you might well get prepared for it instead of like scrambling, trying to figure out, okay, who we're going to have as our quarterback. Like, no, Joe Milton's going to learn from Dak. And the main thing about his game that he was missing is the accuracy. Like, he can move when he needs to, and he got a rocket of an arm.
Yeah. So my thing is this: we have our current generation of Cowboys right now that just got signed. Who's your next round of signees? Like, let's exclude Micah because I feel like that deal's going to get done.
Yeah.
But who's your next round of signees? Do you feel like there's going to be cornerstones? Because you know you want to sign people that you feel like is going to be on this team. So who are you signing?
If the Cowboys,
the Cowboys, yeah.
If the Cowboys were smart, they would try to re-sign Deron Bland right now. He's coming off the injury, and he showed that he's a really good corner. Because what if he balls out this year? So now you're gonna have to pay him
top corner money.
Let's get that contract done out of the way, so we don't have to worry about it. I'm trying to think of the next guy I would try to re-sign.
Tyler Smith.
Oh yeah, Tyler Smith. That's another one. Next year that is gonna go up to here.
Yeah, Tyler Smith. Get Tyler Smith signed. I know definitely for sure Tyler Smith and Bland would be the next people that I take care of.
Like the Michael Parsons is gonna get paid.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep that in the tabloids. Okay, when are they gonna sign Michael Parsons? It may be the end of preseason or maybe week
training. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, camp. First week. No, but they're gonna pull a Dak and sign him first week of the season.
Yeah, man, that season was a piece of work. Waiting for them, we were like, we already know you're gonna sign Dak, and you just get it out the way.
Man, to tell you the truth, man, this last season did me so dirty, bro. When we beat the Browns first week, I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, we ready. They ain't messing with us. We ready. And then we were not ready.
Yeah.
Man. It was bad, man. It was embarrassing. And then the Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl. Then the Commanders and the Eagles with the NFC Championship.
Yeah. That was like salt. That was salt on the wounds. Adding that on
disgusting.
Yeah. Seeing the Commanders and they after were like, well, weren't the year before they're like the bottom of the barrel teams, and now they're going to the NFC Championship, and now we're
player, Jaden Daniels, changed that whole thing. He got picked number 5, I think, like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That goes to show you how sorry they were. And then they came and went to the NFC Championship.
They did a complete 360.
Something Dallas hadn't done since I was 7 years old.
Yeah, we were in elementary school when the last time we went.
See, and that's a shame, bro. That's a shame, bro. That's a shame, bro. I don't understand it, but hey,
man, I just hope that we can even get to the NFC Championship. That'd be a highlight. But going and then make that next step forward.
But I've always said this, bro. I've always said this, and this may just be the delirious Cowboy fan in me. I feel like if we make it, we're going to win it. That's how I feel. Like I feel like our problem is getting there. Like the playoff grind and going, you know what I'm saying? That is our issue. But I feel like if we can get to the game, if we can get to the Super Bowl game, Dallas can win it, bro. It's getting there is the problem.
Yeah. It's like if they play the same way they play in this regular season and win into the playoffs,
we there, bro.
Yeah.
We good. And I you know what I'm saying? I went bald before they won the Super Bowl. I might start growing her again before they win the next one.
Shoot, I may have a whole fro or somebody.
That's what I'm saying by the time, bro. Like my hair might actually grow out by the time they win another one.
I was like, hey, old friend, I ain't seen you in about almost 10 years.
Forever, boy. I'm gonna slick mine down. Do you hear me? I'm going all the way back and let my soul glow. I swear I'm about to. If I get some hair, I get a little hair. I'm about to let my soul glow.
Let your soul.
Let it shine through. I'm about to let it shine through, dog. I'm trying to tell you.
I guarantee StreamYard's gonna make that as I had that at one of the reels about it doing the soul glow thing.
I'm telling you, dog. Hey, I'm gonna let my soul glow if my hair grow out, bro. My hair might grow out again before Dallas win the Super Bowl, bro.
Man. I hope we get to see a Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl
before I get too old, man.
I want to be in my right frame of mind when we win. I want to be there.
I'm gonna be watching it in the nursing home. Just they finally did it.
They finally made it.
Yeah, and then I can die in peace.
So I want
to tell you, bro. They're gonna be like Super Bowl 148.
Like, dang.
Super Bowl 148.
Shoot, I want to be able to walk or something to go to Dallas, not just be like, wish they would did it earlier.
Yeah, right. Wish you would have did it earlier. Performing at Super Bowl 148, Kendrick Lamar, the 5th. I'm like, what?
Hold up.
Kendrick Lamar, the 5th.
Man.
Oh, Lord. I'm telling you, dog.
That's my biggest nightmare when it comes to being a Cowboy fan. I don't want to be old and gray and in the nurse home seeing them win.
I don't want to be old and gray and done bought all this stuff like jerseys and shirts and hats and banners and flags and all this stuff, and y'all never win.
Man, like make it worth our while.
Yeah, bro. And the thing is, especially if you're gonna be the number 1 sports franchise in the world.
Yeah, make it worth. You're one of the highest rated teams when it comes to money wise, and we still haven't seen a Super Bowl in 30 years.
If y'all gonna sell me a ticket to y'all football game and I buy the ticket and I can't even sit down, y'all better win something. If I gotta stand up the whole time, just imagine standing up the whole 3-4 hour game and they lose. Your feet numb, your knees hurt, everything, and then I lost. Well, I might storm the field.
Might as well, because we don't live in Dallas. I'm like 4 or 5 hours away from Dallas.
That's what I'm saying. I done drove gas. Somebody give me. I'm going up to Jerry's Suite. You can give me my damn gas money. Cause
I'm coming home with something.
I'm coming home with something like Denzel. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving here with something. For real, I'm leaving here with something. But yeah, man, Pickens as another. Pickens is gonna do something. I feel like Pickens gonna be special. If
I agree.
we allow Pickens to be Pickens, I hope we don't change Pickens. I hope we don't try to have Pickens running all these, weird routes. You know what I'm saying? Just give the ball, throw the ball up to Pickens, bro.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Like Dez, bro, it was simple. Back shoulder fade to Dez. We knew when we got at the 20, we knew we got at the 15, 10-yard line. Oh yeah, back shoulder fade to Dez, and let's go on to the sideline and kick the field goal, extra point, go on to the sideline. Because we already knew what it was. When I feel like that's what Pickens had. Like you knew when Dez Bryant, when we got to the 20-yard, we got in the red zone. Oh yeah, here come Dez Bryant.
Oh yeah.
And it was over. They scored over 70 touchdowns as a Cowboy like that.
Just don't try to make him something he's not. Just throw that ball up to George Pickens. He's gonna catch it. It may look like he's not gonna catch it. He's gonna come with it behind his back, whatever.
Under his leg. That boy gonna close his eyes, 360 catch it like that. Hey, some of the training camp when he was in Pittsburgh, that was a catch out where he caught it over. I forgot. It was a junior.
Was it Joey Porter Jr.?
Joey Porter Jr. He caught over Joey Porter Jr. in practice and then, flipped the ball. That's the type of stuff we need in training camp. That's the type of energy.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of energy that Dallas lacks in training camp. Like they be like, oh no, I'm saying we're gonna practice, but we're gonna take a lot of breaks. We, what I'm saying, we ain't gonna, we ain't gonna have y'all out here doing too much. Man, have them boys out there competing, man. It's time to compete, bro. That's why we look soft against playoff teams. That's why we came out flat against Green Bay. That's why we came out flat against San Francisco 2 years in a row in the playoffs.
Man, San Francisco walking there playing Kodak Black and everything with
NBA young boy Kodak Black, everything, bro. And they think about it, they come in here playing Kodak Black and then they beat you. And they just out muscle you. Like they look like the more aggressive team, bro. Like they were just thumping y'all.
Why can't we have that like in Dallas, or we have somebody? We got the money. We can't have like a boombox. Hey, we got the money. We could have people before shoot.
Man, Jerry want Garth Brooks out there. He want that, bro. We ain't gonna never get, man.
I'm like, hey, can we at least get Post Malone or something?
So I'm saying he a fan or something. They tried to get Yellow Beezy up there, but he started doing some extra stuff. I don't know nothing.
I don't affiliate with no
Yellow
Beezy.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of Yellow Beezy stuff, man. Old Beezy. They tried to get Beezy out there, and he was tripping, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the culture and the whole thing in Dallas needs to change, bro. Like it's so focused on the brand, bro, and not about winning. And I feel like that's a problem.
Yeah, like if you're winning, the brand's gonna be on.
The brand's gonna come. Yeah.
You're gonna be wearing Dallas Cowboys starter jackets. They didn't dust off 30 years ago. Put those on. Buy Dallas Cowboys.
Just imagine if Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl with social media and everything how it is right now. Yeah. Bro, the internet would explode. The internet would explode if the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl.
There'd be so many Cowboy fans coming out the closet that
they're gonna come out the dang drains like It the Clown. They're gonna come out the drains, boy. They're gonna come out the drains and sewers.
They're gonna be coming out like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and everything.
We're gonna be in the street dancing like Thriller. I'm telling you, we gonna be in there dancing like Thriller. Probably, it's gonna take so long. It's gonna take so long. We might be out there looking like them boys, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
That goes back. That's my big word. We're gonna be looking like Thriller.
We're gonna be looking like Thriller. I'm telling you, gonna turn around like Michael Jackson did in the video. Like Michael Jackson did in the video. Boy, that dang video used to scare me, boy.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first watched
Boy, I was in the room like, boy, they had him looking, boy. They had him looking bad too. The little zombie makeup, boy. They had that boy looking bad.
Like when I seen it, I was scared of Michael Jackson for a little bit.
No, for real. I was scared of him every time I seen him. Next time I seen him, know he was an Egyptian in the Remember the Time video.
Then he came back around when I seen that. I was like, oh, he's nice.
Yeah, he ain't that bad, boy. Never mind. I was about to go. Never mind. I was about to go to hell on scholarship.
Me too. I was about to go on a full ride.
For real, I was like, oh, he turned into a white woman. 3 yards, 3 wheels, 3. Y'all got to cut that part out.
Hey, I might be on Zoom next week.
Hey, SeatGeek gonna call you, boy. We taking your discount, boy. We taking your discount.
So SeatGeek, W Energy, they're gonna.
Yeah, they gonna be like, he tripping. Don't worry, man. You always got a spot here at BSU.
Appreciate
you. You always got that black and mild NIL deal.
They're there when I was in college, and they'll be back when I'm in my 30s.
Right, for real. For real, man.
You said what? Hey, she said I'm deep in my 30s. Okay, dang. You gonna be there one day.
Don't do that. I'm older than you. Don't do that. Don't tell her that.
I won't.
He said I won't.
Hey, we only like 2 years apart, so it's all good.
Nah, it damn, but I'm telling you, boy, that 2 years is a lot, boy. You talking about we only 2 years apart, boy. I'm telling you. My stuff, everything pop when I get out the bed.
Yeah, it's starting to do that for me too. My back hurt for no damn reason right now.
Man, I've been down in the fridge, get a soda, and wait a minute. I'm pulling muscles in my back I know I had. For real.
Yeah, I know my back started hurt. I got out the car, and that's like, dang, my lower back hurt. I'm over here walking off.
And they be like, you are? You be like, yeah, you still trying to be tough for your lady. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. You said, oh, you getting old when used to you could just get out the bed.
Yeah.
But now I had to swing my legs out the bed and sit on the side of the bed like this for about 5 minutes. 10 minutes real time to sit on the side of the bed like. And then you do that big sigh.
Yeah.
And then you had to get on out the bed, bro. I had to swing my legs and sit on the side of the bed for about a good 5-10 minutes. Prime up real quick before I just hop out.
I'm starting to make old people noise and she thinks something wrong with me.
Man. The old people know you be driving. This random old folks noises and stuff, bro.
Yeah, I'm starting to get mad when I'm in traffic.
Yeah, mad when you're in traffic. Look. You come in the spot in the TV too. Let me why the TV so loud? Why it's so hot in here?
Damn, I am getting on.
See what I'm saying? You get in there, loud noises make you mad. Certain smell. I come in there. If I go somewhere and it stink, I'm mad.
That too.
Like I don't need to be smelling like that in here. I'm tell you.
And now we got a cat now, and then I smell like.
I'm telling you, bro. You get mad, bro. You get mad at random stuff.
No, I'm talking about him. He's a part of the family now. He can be talked about.
Yeah. But when they part of the family, this thing, I got a dog that smell like Frito-Lays in there right now.
You say you smell like Frito-Lays?
I got a dog that smell like Frito corn chips right now.
I think that's like a natural animal smells them smell like some. That's their.
Not Milo.
He smelled like when we first got. He smelled like something.
But that's because they had him in there with a bunch of other cats and stuff. He's clean now. Don't talk about him.
He clean. That boy smell like mozzarella cheese.
And now we roasting our animals now.
The old mozzarella cheese, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I love you, Mom. Oh, he ain't even in here. Where'd he go?
He said, I ain't gonna sit around while y'all. I don't have to take this. He said, I don't have to take this.
I might have to make sure. He
It's
might have a
always
little
fun coming on
knapsack
your
and
show,
everything. He
bro.
done left.
Yeah, he gonna have a stick with the bandana tied with his stuff in it.
He's on the other side.
Oh, he's on the other side. Oh, he's right here. You want to make an appearance? There he is.
Okay, Milo. Funky. Oh, Milo, man. See, man, you got to incorporate Milo. Put a little sombrero on Milo, man. Tied around his little head. Put a little sombrero on him.
We might do that. Hey, can we put a sombrero on a little Milo for her appearance?
No.
She said no.
See, man, she ain't no fun, bro.
Oh, come on.
Leave him alone.
You gonna get big eventually.
Milo, you can't have no fun. We're gonna get a sombrero for Milo, man.
Yeah, we will. He over here eating right now.
That's what's up. Man. It's always fun, bro. Your show's always fun. We talking about 30 minutes. Look at this, bro.
Yeah, we already got an hour.
We got an hour and a half in, bro.
Yes,
but yeah, it's always fun talking ball, bro.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you for being on the show.
No doubt, bro. Anytime, bro. Like, I wasn't doing nothing. And then when you were like, you want to be on the show, I was like, baby, he invited me to the show again. Yeah,
yes,
I'm telling you, we celebrated and everything, bro. I always enjoy my time, bro. I always enjoy my time.
Yeah, definitely got to get you back on. Before I let you go, where can they follow you? And where's your Twitch at as well?
Twitch.tv/Buster_TX is right up under my name, man. Y'all check it out. We do football. That's why I'm saying we do EA college sports. You know, we got NIL deals with Black and Mile, Squirt, tacos and touchdowns, taco truck. Yeah. You know, King Chaos's cars. We give them scat packs. Nah, we have fun, bro. We play EA college football sports. We do the recruiting and everything. It's super fun, bro. We do wrestling on 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Man, it's really my stream is kind of like this, bro. We just have a lot of fun. We talk a lot of crap to each other, and you know what I mean. And it's just always a good time, bro. So y'all check me out.
Yeah, definitely y'all in for a treat when it comes to this show. There's gonna be a lot of laughs. It's not one of those serious streams. Everybody's having a good time.
Oh yeah. And y'all keep coming to tacos and touchdowns, man. Taco content coming up soon. Yeah, man. And it's a great show, man. Like I said, when Pickens got traded, I saw it that morning, but the next thing I do, you know, I'm working and stuff, and I log on to Facebook and I see Aaron up there, you know, breaking news. And I was like, yeah, my boy is out there, bro. So, you know, he's always, you know, super good with his social media, man. I wish I had the social media presence that he had. Like, he's constantly posting videos and promoting his channel, bro. And you gotta love that type of stuff, man. People chasing their dreams and doing stuff like that, bro. You gotta love it.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was saying, just support all those small streamers out there. One day we'll be on the top.
Oh yeah. Just keep going, bro. Keep going. Yes, we need this.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Tacos and Touchdowns. Y'all have a good one.
Oh yeah. Peace.